What's the deal with homeless people? I mean, why do we pretend like they have it so hard? Now, I know what you're going to say. How can I say that? Why can't I just cut them a break? Well, a break is all they have. I haven't seen a homeless person who isn't on break. I mean, if I knew it was going to be that easy, I'd just quit my job today and move out onto the streets. When someone says homeless person, I'm going to guess that you think of something like this, or something like this. And in this preconception lies your ignorance. But why are we so unable to understand something that is directly in front of our faces very often? You see, homelessness is the direct enemy of capitalism, and in that regard, it is incumbent upon the system that you do not understand it. This is to say that capitalism is a system that prioritizes generating profits through the form of an open forum, free market system, which, as its goal, commodifies the means of production to some form of intrinsic dollar value. Translation, success in capitalism exchanges goods for wages, which can buy a seat in society. So your value is your ability to produce value from either the labor of your body, the goods you can procure/produce, or a combination of both. So what could be the least valuable thing in that society? It's 108 degrees, and a 67-year-old Las Vegas woman and her daughter are being evicted by a constable from an apartment in which they have lived for 20 years. An apartment on which they were current in their payments, but that the landlord deemed was simply too messy for his tastes, such that it had become a fire hazard. This action set off a chain reaction that left them blowing through money to stay in short-term rentals, renting moving equipment, and transiting from place to place, since neither of them drove. They were now unhoused, even though they had a room to stay in. Why do you think it is that your response to a panhandler or a homeless person is, get a job? What do you think happens when you kick homeless people off your streets on park benches? Why is it wrong to give a homeless person a couple $100 bucks when we can give billions to massive corporations like banks and rocket ship makers? The answer to all of these is that homeless people are not contributing. At its core, capitalism views people who are homeless as incapable of providing value because something in society has deemed them incapable of participating in the game of capital. In this sense, mental illness, physical ailment, debt, these causes are incidental because the thing on which they are being judged is their inability to contribute to what we consider the main goal of society. But this is just a socialized understanding of the world, an understanding created sometime in the late 18th century. A homeless man was taken to the hospital unresponsive, in the midst of an overdose. The hospital treated him, but he was still writhing and acting uncomfortable. They never tested him for what drugs were in his system. The hospital called the police to remove the man and take him anywhere else. The police hesitated, believing that he needed more treatment before they could discharge him, but the hospital insisted they did everything they could and he needed to go. The man died in police custody of an overdose, despite the police doing everything they could to resuscitate. Homelessness is a massive subject, one that I cannot even begin to cover in 3 minutes, but I wanted to broach the subject by addressing at least part of it, this image we have, and how that can lead to some of the callousness that we have to them. After the questions I just posed, the examples I gave, do you really think you understand every aspect of homelessness? Because the real homeless person is the friends you made along the way.